folks, and welcome to episode 11 of Bum Talk. I am your host, the charismatic one, Che Bums, along with my brother,
Danny Bums.
And once again, it's another star-packed combat sport weekend with possibly Bellator's biggest card up to date. Yeah. It was the first one also on the Zone last night. It was Bellator 206, live from the Shark Tank. Stack card from top to bottom in the main card portion. We saw a super fight last night. We saw a rivalry. We saw the emergence of a new young prospect and the beginning of a welterweight Grand Prix tournament. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about Aaron Pico. Everyone's talking about him.
Yeah.
Featherweight 3-1. Just knocked Hiko, whatever his name was, just knocked him out. Just like a bunch of fury of punches. Who was coached by none other than Freddie Roach.
Yeah, well, that's his boxing
coach.
Striking
coach. 3-1. Called out his partner, who was the featherweight champion at the end. I said, "I'm coming for you next." So we'll leave it there. So
I'm pretty sure he's 4-1.
No, he lost the first fight. I saw it was in Bellator, New York.
I'm saying he's 4-1, not 3-1.
Oh yeah, 4-1. Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, 4-1. So yeah, we saw him last night. He's a real deal. What did you think of his performance?
Really good. You can tell he has that boxing background because the way he was cutting him up when he was getting him towards the body. Yeah. Only a boxer does that. Mm-hmm. Usually MMA fighters are just headhunt. Yeah. And
the fury of punches he was throwing at him. But you gotta give it to Hiko. He stood for a while. You know, he was going back and forth, but then obviously, end of the day, he just fell. I think in the first or second round.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much Aaron Pico. Yesterday also was the first time of the welterweight Grand Prix tournament, which started out as a snooze fest. We were pretty bored of that fight. It was Douglas Lima versus some Russians, I forgot his name, Kochev, something like that. It was the third time they fought, and in submission. Pretty boring way to start the tournament, I believe. But
yeah,
the tournament is sponsored by 50 Cent. He's giving the winner of the welterweight Grand Prix $1 million, and it started last night because he gave Douglas Lima, I believe, a bottle of his brand, which I can't pronounce it. Latrindum, I can't pronounce it. So yeah, Douglas Lima won last night via submission, and the co-main event, which had a lot of MMA fans talking about it. This has been a rivalry for 20 plus years, more or less. Quinton Rampage Jackson versus Wonder Lady Axe Murderer Silva, and that's basically how it ended. He was teeing off his big head.
Yeah.
Going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, and then the second round just finished him, gave him a couple punches, knocked him out, and then old man just stayed on the floor.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not much of a Bellator fan, so I don't really know what's like going on or who's in title contentions for any of these things. I can't really. That was cool match.
Yeah, good match. You know.
Hope they do a fifth one. I doubt it.
It's 2-2. Well, we'll see. Bunch of 40-year-old guys.
I think the Wanderlei guy. I think that was his last fight.
Yeah, they were saying that's probably because he's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And the main event, the super fight, Roy McDonald,
crazy
170 champ at welterweight, and Gegard Mousasi, 185 middleweight champion, both former UFC alums, contenders in UFC 2. But that picture speaks for itself. Gegard just dominated the match from top to beginning. Roy tried to go to the ground, and then Gegard wasn't having it. He's like, "Nah, yeah, we're not doing this," and he smashed him.
Yeah.
Elbows, strikes.
It was such a mismatch.
Yeah.
I see what they were trying to do, like the whole, champ, UFC thing. But I don't know. Just I didn't think. I don't know. I didn't think Musa. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I mean, Mousasi looked dangerous, but like, how is he in there with the top 3 in the UFC or the top? How is he in there against Whitaker? I don't know. I think Whitaker can beat him.
Well, I think we saw.
I think Whitaker's the best middleweight in the world.
I think we saw a sample before he left Bellator. He obviously beat Chris Weidman, and then after that he became a free agent. So it becomes a question of, who knows what happens. Ariel Helwani thinks he's one of the best middleweights in the world. Yeah, besides that, it was good card. A lot of stars. 50 Cent was there. Dan Cormier was there. Champ.
Boo Boo Andrade.
Yeah, so it was good.
Dave Meltzer.
Dave Meltzer was in the back behind Dan Cormier. Overall, it was okay. I mean, it didn't live up to the full potential hype.
Yeah, it was alright. It was cool.
I think the hype.
I'm not screaming to watch another Bellator fight, even though we're gonna go to Bellator in two weeks.
Chael Sonnen, who was screaming last night.
Chael Sonnen was crazy last night. It was funny. But you know what though? Like these guys, they like Maru, like saying crazy stuff, and then Chael. Like these guys are way more entertaining than like Joe or.
Yeah, different kind of style of commentating.
I guess maybe because they're a little less professional, I guess, but that's fine. Whatever, I don't care.
But a lot of characters in commentating. You saw Mike Goldberg. Yeah. You saw Jay Glazer.
Mark.
Chael Mark McCarthy. John Big McCarthy, whatever his name is. Obviously Maru. But you did catch that little glitch between the referee, right? When he thought the welterweight,
he goes like, all right, last round. Prix,
he thought
that was so lame.
He's like, last round,
that
guys.
format was so weird.
Yeah, I guess because they're considered championship bouts, because they're kind of considered title eliminators. Maybe that's why. But we'll see. Anyway, but Bellator is off next week. They got back-to-back nights in 2 weeks still for the semifinals for the heavyweight Grand Prix. We'll be at one of them at Long Island. American versus Russian, typical, like World War II and all that stuff, Cold War. Chael Sonnen versus Fedor Emelianenko, great match. Ben Henderson's in that card too.
Is he the main? Is co-main event?
I'm not too sure.
He's fighting 155.
155.
Wow.
I would assume probably he's probably the co-main event, but yeah, but that's in 2 weeks, so we're about that in 2 weeks. Bellator was nah. If I was to get Meltzer stars out of 5 stars, it's probably like a 2.5, 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, between that range. It didn't live up to the hype. I did like Aaron Pico though. I like what I saw for him.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I hear his ground game isn't that good. That's how he lost that only battle, like a guillotine.
Yeah.
So
I saw. Yeah. I don't know if Bellator does bonuses like UFC. I'm not sure about that. So like fighting nights and performance nights.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. They're much different. You can tell, just like you said yesterday, the way it's produced, the commentators, everything. It's just completely different from UFC. Even the 10-second rule, right? It turns red. Remember the last?
Yeah, but that's just for the fans.
Different things, And I think I told you that octagon, whatever you want to call it, looks bigger than the actual UFC octagon.
So whatever. I mean, it was cool.
Yeah, it was a good card, but in 2 weeks there was a
we'll see. It's crazy how like Rory has to like go right back to work.
Yeah.
But he still has his opening round.
He's not the next fight. The next fight is in December.
I'd imagine he's not gonna.
Yeah, so probably like early spring, he'll fight again. So with the title on the line, obviously in the tournament.
It's a good tournament because the Michael Venom Page guy is in it, so he's MVP. He's like a lot of like hype right now. Mm-hmm. So hopefully maybe we can see him and McDonald in the final. I'd definitely watch that. Yeah,
that's definitely a money fight, and but we'll see what happens. I think Bellator is doing some great things. They're starting for good stuff with what they have. Like I told you yesterday, 3 current champions are former UFC fighters.
I don't know. I think after last night's performance, like I think Woodley right now can beat McDonald.
Yeah.
And just that, if you think about it, remember his last couple fights in the UFC?
Yeah.
So
against Lawler, he got destroyed.
Woodley's looking better than ever right now.
Yeah. That was a big. So I'm not sure if you heard. So when Lawler fought McDonald in 2015, the co-main event for UFC 187, I think that was. After that fight, Dana says that Rory won't be the same fighter ever again because I guess of all the headshots and the blood. And he took a year off. He fought Wonder Boy, same thing, got just demolished, the blood and everything. And then he went to Bellator, which, like you mentioned yesterday, they're not the same type of fighters as UFC.
No, I'm seeing that. No, they're not.
But I think the top of the Bellator fighters could hang in there with UFC fighters.
I think the same. They can hang in there.
Hang in there. I'm not saying.
But I think Whitaker Mousasi is definitely a better matchup than.
That's a great matchup.
Than Woodley and McDonald right now.
I agree. Absolutely agree. But yeah. And if we saw light heavyweight contention, it'll be Daniel Cormier versus Ryan Bader. I think that's a no competition for Daniel Cormier. But we'll see. But yeah, that's about it for Bellator. We thought it was okay. It's part of the zone now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Shout out to the zone. We were able to watch it.
Yep.
Zone's a pretty cool platform. It's all right. It's cool.
Yeah. Just like any other streaming service. So we'll see what happens. So moving from the, I guess they're called the Decagon. I don't know what they are. 10 corners, I guess.
We had some boxing action this weekend. We had the super middleweight final for the season 1 of the World Boxing Super Series
on Facebook.
Between no, that's on the Zone.
Okay.
Between Callum Smith and George Groves.
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, this part of the season wasn't for like all the belts, like the ones for the cruiserweight.
Yeah.
This was only for one of them. I don't know how that works. They couldn't get all the titles or whatever, but I guess whoever won this was technically, even though they have one title, you're the top dog in that division, 168 pounds.
Super middleweight.
Yeah, super middleweight. Callum Smith won. He knocked him out. I forgot what round. But he won the Ali Trophy. He won $10 million. He won the WBA Super title.
A lot of money.
Yeah, so he's
a
big name right now. He's actually Liam Smith's brother.
Yeah.
Liam Smith is the guy who challenged Canelo
A couple years ago.
Well, he lost his belt to like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tried to regain that title earlier this year against Jamie Mungwa, but he lost.
Yeah.
So
Jamie Mungwa was the guy that was the co-main event to Canelo, right?
yeah, it's another fighter that's looking for a home now, network-wise.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, now I guess we want to see some unifications for him, you know. So we'll see what happens. But that basically closed off the first season of World Boxing Super Series. They come back next month. Then they're doing like 4 divisions.
Okay.
So I guess we'll only cover that, I guess, when they get to the finals or whatever.
That'll be too much, yeah.
But yeah, so that's very successful. Proved that, you know, boxing organizations and promoters can work together like truly
cohesively, yeah.
And yeah.
And then you said yesterday on Facebook.
Yeah, yesterday on Facebook, Jorge Linares came back.
Who just fought in June against
May
Lomachenko at MSG, right? That was MSG, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he made it. I don't know if it's his date. I don't know if he hasn't fought here before. The real boxing heads can correct me there. But he moved up to 140 against Abner Cotto, and he knocked him out like in the 3rd round. So that's good for him.
What's 140? Junior welterweight?
Junior welterweight, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Or light welterweight. So that's good for him. I guess he's making his way up to 140. To be honest, I don't really know the champions of 140 right now. Top of my head. Last time anything exciting happened at 140, I think, was with
Mayweather.
Was with Crawford last year. When he unified all 4 titles.
Terence Crawford, right?
And he became undisputed light welterweight champion. So that happened with Jorge Linares, and we'll see what he does. And I imagine he'll probably Golden Boy will probably try to get him like a title shot next fight, because now that he has one fight
one fight on his belt for
the division. So good for him. He wanted a rematch with Linares, with Lomachenko, but Lomachenko was like, you know what's the messed up thing?
What happened?
Yesterday, Top Rank and Loma, they both like posted like clips of, like, I guess because he's gonna fight December 8th.
Okay.
He's coming back, so to promote that fight, they were showing clips of like when he knocked out Linares.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, wow, that's a little messed up, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he got the win and he's back apparently.
Part of the promo package, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny though, that fight's gonna be a good one. Against Pedraza.
Yeah, and Pedraza just fought, I think, in July or June, right? Was it?
Yeah. He won the title.
Yeah.
So, and you know what the crazy thing is though? The guy that he's fighting, Pedraza, when he was at 135, he was champion, but he lost his belt to Tank Davis.
Tank Davis. Okay.
So all the annoying boxing fans like myself are gonna be because everyone wants to see one day, you know, Loma versus Tank.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna compare who finishes him better or who finishes him quicker. So
Tank is at 130, right?
He's still at 130.
Okay.
And these guys are at 135. So.
And Tank fought Linares at 130, you said?
Tank never fought Linares.
Huh.
Tank hasn't fought nobody. I don't know. I mean, he's fighting December 1st, I think, on the Wilder Fury card in the card. Rumored he's fighting Abner Maris, which is shaking my head. I'm not even gonna.
Uber driver.
Not even that though. The guy's coming off a loss and he's from like a weight class under him.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like no comment.
Not challenging victory or bout. Whatever.
I think it's that. Yeah. So I got nothing to say about that.
Yeah. So. We'll see, but there's a couple boxing fights, and the Zone was obviously promoting yesterday. BGF had a fight the 20th.
Yeah, against Boo Boo Andrade,
who was there yesterday
last night
at the Bellator
fighting. He's good because undefeated, both of them. So we'll see.
But I believe, if I'm correct, BJ's got caught with like.
Yeah, BJS is currently, he's on a lot. He's doing some crazy. He's going through like he's a. I mean, people call him a scumbag. Did you hear what happened like 2 weeks ago?
No, but I heard about the drug test.
So like 2 weeks ago, he Instagrammed him and his friends picking up a hooker, but he told the hooker to hit the guy walking up the street. And she's like a crackhead. She'll listen to him, and he hit the guy. She hit the guy. He's like, no, don't do that. He's like, oh wait, I shouldn't do that. Then he deleted it, and he got in trouble for it. Of course. And I think he got like fined, or he got like a misdemeanor for it.
Yeah.
And then like a couple days ago, he got hit with that. He got hit with like a PED thing.
Yeah.
And they're waiting on Massachusetts state commissions to make a decision on that, and they can, if they punish him for it, WBO said they're gonna strip him.
Okay, so
if they don't punish him for it, then the fight's still on.
All right, and then the other fight I saw yesterday was
October 6th. Next week, it's
Jesse Vargas, right?
Versus some guy I never heard of.
Okay, yeah, and
which I love Eddie. I love Matchroom. I love their zone. I love what they're doing. I like the mark that Eddie's making in the world of boxing. Yep. But that was just a bad date to pick. Yeah, to start like your Matchroom USA thing. Bad date to pick.
Yeah.
Because, and why is it a bad day to pick? What is next week?
UFC 229 live from Las Vegas. According to Joe Rogan, the best match ever.
The wait is over. I will be there. No, not at the fight, but I will be watching in my Conor McGregor gear.
I'll be overseas in Europe, so the fight will be airing like at 6 in the morning. I'll probably be sleeping. But yes, according to a lot of pundits in MMA and Dana White and Joe Rogan, this is considered the best fight of all time, possibly breaking the pay-per-view buys after.
I imagine it'll break all UFC pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the Canelo one.
1.3, was it?
That's like 2 point something.
Okay, 2. Okay.
Which is number 3 of all time.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, this is the big fight of the year. It's been a bad year for UFC pay-per-view buys.
I saw a post today.
You told me this week, right?
They're really bad.
You told me this week. I think.
You know how much
228. You said was
224 did.
How much?
Yeah, who's 224?
May. That was the Brazil card.
That did 85,000 pay-per-view buys.
It's bad, man.
Really bad.
And then you told me this week 228 had about 130.
The highest they've had was like 380, and that was the 2 cards that Stipe were on.
220 and 227, right?
That's really bad. At least last year you had two of them that had like 875, right? Which was the New York one, and
the July one, the Jones
Cormier.
Yeah.
But granted, it has because it's John Jones and GSP.
Mm-hmm, of course, big names. So
hopefully, I imagine
this is the answer. I guess you're looking for buys, but I don't know. To walk into a big argument, ever since the UFC got bought off by that company, like their pay-per-view buys have been going down.
Well, it doesn't help when Conor doesn't fight, or Ronda, or Nate.
That's true, yeah.
Or Brock, but now they're all back. Business is back.
Business is booming, right? According to the post.
Yeah, I saw a post that said that. Business is back.
Yeah, so it's fight week officially. I guess tomorrow.
Yeah. There's another press conference Thursday.
Thursday, yes, and then Wednesday's open workouts, I believe. UFC still doesn't release a countdown, so I guess they'll probably release it Monday or Tuesday or something like that.
But even more troubles on UFC that still doesn't have a main event for UFC 230.
Yeah. And the tickets officially came out to the public on Friday.
Dude, if I was Dana at this point, I'd be like, F it, John, I need you to fight.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
As big as New York is, exactly. I need you to fight. At this point, you need to be like, F that.
You have to.
Even though after saying 100% he's not going to fight.
And yeah, obviously, Dana. You don't know what goes behind doors, but and Dana doesn't probably show it a lot because of his interviews, his demeanor. But I'm sure he's probably stressed out, like inside his room or whoever he meets with the matchmakers. I'm sure he has a lot of pressure on him right now to deliver this Saturday. Obviously, deliver main event for the next month. So I'm sure there's a lot going in his head, and with all these guys that make the matches, Sean Shelby and the other matchmakers. So I'm sure it's tremendous pressure. As much as he doesn't really talk about it, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully. Like, remember we talked about this last week. Hopefully, like they did with UFC 189, they might announce the main event this Saturday.
Yeah, I imagine they have to have a main event. I think by this because
before weeks out.
Yeah, not just that. UFC usually advertises their main events, like for their upcoming pay-per-views on like on the octagons of the you know, like, oh, next month UFC 230.
The schedule, yeah, that was
so this week, by the end of this week, by fight night. No, not even that. By main event time.
Yeah,
they can
prolong it.
They can announce it right before.
Yeah,
but by main event time, we will know.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, because obviously by Saturday it'll be a month away.
And that's bad.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, because if you see the promos now, they're promoting it through Diaz Poirier and Wyman versus Rockhold 2. Rockhold versus Wyman 2. So we'll see what happens with that, but we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We obviously want to break down UFC 229, which is actually a pretty stacked card for having one title fight. We have a good co-main event.
I think that match serves mostly for a backup.
Backups in case something happens.
When Khabib pulls out.
If they cut weight or something happens.
Khabib will pull out.
Or, you know.
If anyone's going to pull out, it's Khabib.
So we'll see what happens. I would think if that's the case that happens, I would think they'll offer first Ferguson to fight, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. They would. And then, God forbid anything happens to Ferguson too, then obviously I guess Showtime Pettis would be the next.
He's out of a fight. Oh.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. But yeah, and that's granted. But yeah. So do you have the main card up there?
Well, yeah, I have the main card. We have Michelle Watterson, 15-6 strawweight versus Felice Herring. I think she's probably going to evict the girl. I don't know. She's
been around for a couple of fights. They're both strawweights, top 10. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think they're really pushing the needle per se.
And then we have Derek Lewis versus Alexander Volkov. Oh, that's the guy that beat
Yes, he beat
Verdum.
Japan,
okay, yeah. Okay, now it's a good fight. Yeah. Oh, that's a good matchup.
Derek Lewis wins. I think he should be considered for a future title shot.
Definitely. Well, we also have Curtis Blades.
Yeah.
But he's fighting Francis Ngannou.
And yeah, Thanksgiving weekend. And then co-main event, I think a fan favorite.
No, then we have light heavyweight OSP versus Dominic Reyes.
Fan favorite,
undefeated guy.
So
that's that. That's actually a
big names on the card,
No, that's a big chance for that kid, Dominic Reyes. He's undefeated. So he's on the big card. Also on...
Wait, so before we get to the last two fights, just look at the prelim real fast.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
Yep, Sergio Pettis, obviously Anthony Pettis' brother. And then, obviously, the feature bout of the prelims. Everyone's talking about this guy. He's probably the Aaron Pico of UFC. Sean Sugar O'Malley. So, yeah, even the prelim's pretty stacked for that.
Yeah, so it's going to be insane. We can't wait. And then we obviously have the co-main event, Tony Ferguson, former interim champion, versus Anthony Pettis.
Former UFC lightweight champion.
So it's a lightweight match, pay-per-view for the ages.
That match, so before we break down the main event, that match between Ferguson and Pettis, stylistically, they're both very unique.
Yeah.
So
what's Pettis' speciality?
Like
what?
Striking. Yeah, I mean, he's really good at grappling, but he's a striker. If you see the highlights, he's all like knockout kicks and everything. So he's very stylistically. But yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a great match, I think.
Yeah.
Possibly. Can we match that night? But we'll see. But
and then
main event.
Yeah, and then we have the main event, the fight the world has waited for a long time. The return of Conor McGregor,
25
the man
that
that's done so much, not only for UFC but for MMA in general. The fight that it's been building since the night of 205 when he won the title. He started the beef with Khabib then, and that escalated threefold this past April. During the whole bust thing,
the Brooklyn incident. Yeah,
this guy took his title. This guy won the title that he had, and it's just
from there. Yeah,
it just doesn't get bigger than this. So I remember when I was watching Mayweather McGregor, literally when the fight happened, like the place where I was at, the energy there was unlike anything I've ever experienced. Like I can physically feel like something crawling up my spine. I can only imagine this Saturday. It's gonna be
crazy, epic.
The biggest fight. It's amazing. I'm just fight fans. You guys are the real winners, man.
You're in for
everyone. We're winners, man.
Yeah, all of us,
because we got to see this treat. The world has waited. UFC 229.
You think Nate Diaz will be there? Or they'll give a ticket to Joe Bro?
Maybe.
So I'm surprised he wasn't there last night, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's a great fight. You want to go through the card and pick winners for the main card? Or?
Hell yeah.
All right. So
that's probably be just people I like.
So it's a straw weights.
I want Sean O'Malley to win. I want Michelle Waterson to win. I want Derek Lewis to win. I want Dominic Reyes to win. I want Tony Ferguson to win. And I actually want Anthony Pettis. I'll take that back. And then I want Conor McGregor to claim his throne.
I'll run through the main card. I'll start with the feature bout at the prelims. Never saw Sean O'Malley fight. I saw him one-time fight. I'll go with him. Opening card for the main card, Michelle Waterson. I'll go with the Karate Hottie. Second card is, I believe, Derek Lewis versus Alexander Volkov, whatever his name is. I'll go with the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. I'll go with OSP over Dominic Reyes. Going event, I'm going to go with also Anthony Pettis, Showtime Pettis. And in the main event, I don't know. I like McGregor, but I'm not a fanboy like most people are. I like Khabib too, but I'm gonna go with Conor McGregor. I think Conor wins in the third round, probably knocks him out.
No, Conor can't fight past 2 rounds. Well, I forget if it's against someone like Khabib.
Unless it's Nathan.
We'll see. I mean, I think if Conor finishes it, I think it's within the first 2 rounds if he can.
So okay, yeah. I mean, you're right because the only 2 times we've seen Conor go past the distance, obviously, he past second round. He's
because against Mendes in the second round.
Yeah, Mendes
against Alvarez was the second round.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be one for the ages. Obviously, we can't cover it because I will be away next weekend. But it's one for the ages. Like I said, it's probably gonna break every record. I'm sure UFC is hoping to bank on this as much as they can.
Yeah, they need it.
I'm sure they need it more than Conor needs it.
Definitely.
And Khabib, yeah. So, because the rest of the year is kind of like in limbo, if you ask me. I mean, not to exaggerate, but
no, we got some good cards at the end of the year.
Well, no, so I meant like pay-per-view wise. Obviously, Cyborg versus Amanda Nunes is huge. 231 Toronto. I don't know if Valentina and Joanna are the main event for that fight. 230 obviously good card, but up in limbo with the main event. So we'll see what happens. So, but good fight nights coming up too. But yeah, so we'll get to that. It's also the end of the era for UFC on Fox for 8 years. Starting in January, they go on ESPN Plus and ESPN. So we'll see how that transitions. But yeah, so let's run through this real fast. What is a possibility title main event for UFC 230?
Thing is, UFC, even Dana said it when he was promoting the right before the UFC Los Angeles pay-per-view that they did in August.
Yeah, 220.
When they had the whole sit-down with everyone for the fall, with Poirier and Diaz was there, he said, he goes like, obviously, Poirier and Diaz isn't the main event because he was like, I'm hoping on something big.
Of course.
Obviously, that hasn't been announced yet, unless this has been the UFC's plan all along to literally hold us at the edge of our seats, and they have a main event. But the fact that Ariel doesn't know about it, he would have leaked that. That is not looking like it's that, because again, Ariel would have leaked it,
or someone else,
or Brett Okamoto. So, usually, again, New York always has to be something special. Probably like the biggest of the year. First year we had Conor McGregor. He had bigger than him, and he became champ, home of the champ, MSG. And last year we had GSP.
Came back.
That's big.
After 4 years.
Like, how do you
top that or surpass that, or even like hit that line kind of?
Because I feel like no current champion now, and not just that. Like Ariel posted this week a list of everything going on with the champions, and every champion is either injured or booked. So what does this mean?
So the only possibility I can see
is if John Jones fights Gustafsson for the interim or vacant. Yeah.
And the other one, which obviously they've already called it off, or at least Dillashaw has. I think the other one will be Dillashaw versus Cejudo. I think that's the only option left at the actual title fight. But Dillashaw claims he doesn't want to fight Cejudo. So, and Cejudo wants to fight him.
No one would care about that.
Yeah, no one would care about that. That's the problem. But I think that's the only viable option.
It would have made sense if it was Mighty Mouse.
Oh yeah, that would have been that definitely.
That probably would have won it.
But we'll see. And then I mentioned to my brother Danny Bones, maybe Dom Cruz came back, but I don't know. I'm just throwing out names there at this point.
I had this dream of like make it like a pro Diaz card, and then
we talked about that. Nick Diaz, yeah.
Have Nick Diaz fight for like an interim, maybe like an interim a middleweight title against someone, or even fight Daniel Cormier for his title.
Yeah, that's a good
so
point.
You can easily make that.
Because he's fought middleweight before. He's fought in Strikeforce.
But I mean, that is looking like I don't know what's going on with Nick, and we just don't know what's gonna happen for UFC 230.
Yeah, everyone's up in
we
the
will. I mean, we said this last week. We're gonna know this week because the tickets are on sale, but that doesn't mean anything. They still.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I hope we're not wrong. We'll find out by the end of the week.
Mm-hmm. More or less around Saturday midnight around here Eastern time, give or take.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
So we hope you guys enjoy it. We know we will.
It's me sick.
Let's move on to the other big card that night.
Yeah, and another continent too. On my side, yeah, I'll be in that side of the hemisphere, but it's WWE's biggest live show in Australia.
Super Showdown. No one cares. I don't care. To me, I said WWE. These are like those
super house shows.
Those like pay-per-view super house shows. Like we had a great Oil Rumble, and then we're gonna have another one called the Crown Jewel in November.
Right?
Yeah, I don't
you know what? To be honest, it's on Saturday morning at 5 a.m. If it was on 8 in the morning, 9 a.m., I'll probably
definitely wake up for that.
I'm not gonna wake up at 5 a.m. Well, I mean, not that I'm here, but it's just too early. I believe it's like a 13-hour difference or something like that.
Yeah.
From Australia, and obviously I haven't watched Raw, but the last 4 Mondays that anyone's watched Raw, it's been a lot also between Triple H and The Undertaker, and this fight that's been going on for over 20 years, and no one really wants to watch a bunch of 50-year-old men do it one more time. And I believe Shawn Michaels he's not on the card. No.
He's the main event.
Yeah.
No. I mean, he's
special guest referee.
No, he's in Triple H's corner, and Kane is in Undertaker's corner. That's looking like it's the main event.
So that leads up probably to the Crown Jewel, because everyone wants him as a tag team match.
I guess.
Well, I mean,
I'm pretty sure Shawn Michaels is retired.
And
this guy's a mayor. What is he doing there? He's a mayor. He's got to go and be a mayor.
But yeah, so run through the card, or at least for me, because we don't want to go through every single fight. Run through the ones that most stand out to you.
Daniel Bryan versus The Miz.
Because of the stipulation. That's title implication right there. Yeah. That is. And
because they've actually been doing really good with that. WWE, I love the fact that they get just
I didn't like the Hell in a Cell match between them. I love their SummerSlam match. I love how Miz, typical heel, grabbed the brass knuckles and just kind of like clobbered him. Hell in a Cell was okay. But, yeah, that's probably the best one. Obviously, the other one on SmackDown, Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. Then we saw what happened on Tuesday. It got very personal. Samoa was at the door.
Yeah, he made a house call.
I think those are probably the best 2 matches. And then on the Raw side, the triple threat, the 6-man tag, The Shield versus Dolph.
Braun, Dolph, and McIntyre. That's just a 6-man tag team and whatever. We also have the Bella Twins and Ronda Rousey versus the Riot Squad. That looks pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, on paper it looks good. Yeah, 3. That's pretty good. What else we got there, Denny Bums?
Becky versus Charlotte for the belt.
Great rivalry. I'm liking
New Day
versus
Cesaro and Sheamus for the tag team SmackDowns.
The bar.
Obviously AJ versus Samoa versus we talk about that no count on no DQ.
Nakamura not fighting. No U.S. title.
I don't think so. I don't see it here. And then Bobby Lashley and John Cena versus Elias and Kevin Owens.
That's money match. That's really good.
Match. That's really good.
That should be the main event.
That's awesome.
They shouldn't do Taker versus Triple H. That should be the main event, because obviously John Cena is
money
in any country, especially in Japan and China. They love John Cena over there.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you saw, John Cena was in China this week promoting for WWE.
Yeah.
But that's money. I mean, Bobby Lashley, obviously Elias and Kevin Owens, 2 new guys in the company, a couple of years, who have tremendous pushes, versus John Cena and Bobby Lashley, 2 veterans in the game. That should be the main event, not 2 50-year-old men.
I agree. But again, I've mentioned this before. The reason why I don't. Yeah, Undertaker's the biggest name in WWE. Yeah. Like when you go around the world,
especially
probably bigger than Brock, probably bigger than John Cena.
Especially in these countries that don't have a lot of WWE events. Like obviously we're blessed that in the United States we can watch WWE anywhere else in any state, but all these countries maybe once a year, twice a year, get to see WWE perform and house shows. Not even like a pay per view or.
This is also the same place where Ronda Rousey lost her title, right?
Not the same arena.
Oh man.
No, not the same arena. No.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be ridiculous, right?
Yet to that stage.
3 years too. No, it was November. I remember we saw.
Oh my god.
November 2015. I remember we went to bar 1 in Fairview.
We did.
It was packed.
Yo, it was
packed. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I told you this week, it looks like a good review, but like just the time is just too crazy. Like if it started 8-9 a.m., I guess why not? Just put it on TV. Because the Greatest Royal Rumble I think was on a Friday, like during the work hours. So obviously I'm gonna watch that. Crown Jewel will probably be on the same thing Friday, like around work hours. So we'll see what happens. Anything else you want to talk about? Something about SmackDown, Raw? We kind of
Raw's been pretty good lately.
Consistent, right? Like at least
been pretty entertaining. I've enjoyed it.
How about Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, I don't care for that.
You don't think we're gonna see a heel turn soon?
I don't know, but the main event from Raw last week was amazing.
Tactical gear, right?
They AOP, man. I knew when the episode started, I'm like, he's gonna call them, and it was just clearly the biggest match of their lives, and they fought it off. It was awesome. You know it's serious when you get in half an hour worth of main event.
Yeah, because you said it was like what 10:35.
Yeah, like 10:35 and it started. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, because main events usually start about 10:45, 10:50.
Yeah.
Speaking about main event, Finn Balor, he main evented the Raw after SummerSlam, and then just ever since that, he's just been fighting Jinder Mahal.
I think I saw him do a promo one of this.
Yeah, he's jobbing with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah,
he needs to go to SmackDown. Bobby Lashley and Jinder Mahal need to go to SmackDown because Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor. I apologize. Need to go to SmackDown because they're being underutilized in Raw. But yeah, I think that's about it. Anything else we need to cover? Anything you think of? It's fight week.
Like always,
every weekend. WWE. We got a little boxing, a little WWE, and obviously UFC.
Next week, I mean, the only boxing is the Worlds Collide Matchroom card.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a couple world titles fighting that, but I think the smaller divisions, I don't really know them. But Big Baby Miller's on it, so that's great. And then Jesse Vargas, we'll see him. We imagine he'll blow right through this guy. I don't know.
Well, you see, so that boxing card, at least for me, it's a big card for the hardcore boxing fans, but the casual fans are not obviously.
No.
It's not. It's not a big.
Any casual fan will be watching the McGregor fight.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
That's why
and then any hardcore WWE fans wake up Saturday morning because I know. I know Danny Buns won't wake up at 5 a.m. to watch that. You might catch it at the end of it if you wake up early. But anyway, I think that's it for us, folks.
Yeah.
Do follow us at _.
Yeah, please. We appreciate all the love, all the comments, all the
on
likes.
YouTube,
please argue with us. Please dispute our thoughts. We know nothing. We are just bums.
Give us opinions. Yeah, we're just
educate us.
Yeah,
we're nothing.
Like, subscribe, comment below.
Follow
whatever it is
on Twitter, please.
At _. And we still haven't got an email from anyone, but please, any questions, concerns?
There's an extra chair here if anyone ever wants to sit down and
at BumpTalk1
talk some shit
at gmail.com. We're actually this week getting a backdrop, so it'll be all black. So it looks more professional, then eventually getting a logo. But that's about it, folks. Just follow us on Twitter. Danny Bunce is our social media manager. This video will be up later tonight. And that's it, folks. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I won't be here next Sunday. I'll be in Europe. So I'll see you back after Bellator 208 and my birthday too. That's it, folks. Take care.